Why memorizing enables us to remember, and then we can meditate. Otherwise, meditation doesn't mean looking at a book and then meditating. You can do that preliminarily, read a line and then think about it. But if you memorize the song, then you can be waiting in line at the grocery store and you can remember Krishna. And you can think, oh, let me remember this beautiful verse, and then this verse has so many leelas included. In this world, we are surrounded by material noise or material sound vibrations, and it's always pulling our consciousness away from the spirit or God and our soul. In past bygone ages that seem very far away, general society was more spiritually inclined or religiously inclined. Now there's a lot of spirituality, but in popular culture, it's for the most part not present. If you turn on the radio, if you turn on TV, or you watch things like that, it's available, but you have to look for it. So it's not in the popular imagination as much. And so we are always being distracted and pulled outward towards what is temporary or unreal, illusory life. And so if we can sit down and hear once or twice a day about what is real, Krishna, and our own developing self-realization and relationship, then this will create a spiritual revolution in our life. We all talk about revolution outwardly, but we have to have an inward revolution. So it's said in the Bhagavatam that even if verses are improperly composed, but they're speaking about the absolute truth, then those create a spiritual revolution in our heart. So this is how we can evolve spiritually and not be bound by the attachments to what is temporary, illusory, material life. And then everything we do can become surcharged with that spiritual energy. If we have a daily practice, morning, evening, if we're not in temple life, we can hear, and sometimes go and hear directly, but even you can hear, it's very powerful, because it helps your consciousness be focused on what is real, and then you can distinguish it from what is temporary. So this is very important. And also there's another part of this, is that it helps you develop fixed faith instead of weak faith. And so we're following the bhakti process because of some amount of faith, otherwise we wouldn't be practicing at all. And how can we make that faith from tender faith to very strong, mature faith that is not easily broken? Part of that is practicing together in sadhu sangha. Because of our association, we become stronger. If we're in unfavorable association, then naturally we'll be drawn towards their pursuits, which may be, oh, let's have a drink, have a smoke. It's natural. Because in your association that's tamasic, or in the mode of ignorance, then that will bring you down to its level. It's said in the Bhagavad Gita, the gunas, or the material modes of nature, are always fighting for supremacy. And so if the jiva is in an unfavorable environment, meaning a tamasic or something on a lower mode that is unfavorable to your spiritual development, then it'll fight and pull you down. Unless you're very spiritually potent and you can uplift everyone around you. But then you have to be very fixed. Your father was like that, right? He entered this apartment and then he was just living in one tiny little space of his apartment, and then very soon the 4 roommates all became brahmacharis. His father was very strong, very good preacher.